Hello, my name is Jennifer, and welcome to part 39 of the Abandoned Kids Challenge. And if you are returning, welcome back. And in this part, we're just going to continue to work on Eric's conflict resolution and whatnot, because we're waiting for some time to pass until he can age up to a teen. And we pretty much met most of the goals of the challenge. We have a nice house. She's earned quite a bit of money. We could possibly have a street sale to sell. I think we have a frog in our inventory. I mean a gold frog from the Jungle Adventures trip. So we're gonna play it by ear and just continue just to look after the kids and whatnot while we're waiting for Eric to age up to a teen. And speaking of Eric aging up to a teen, that is actually the goal of this challenge. The goal is for the older sibling who was a teen, is now a young adult, to raise her younger siblings all by herself after starting with nothing. And of course we have a nice home for the four of them. They have a pet now and a hamster. Actually, a boogaloo is what they have. And all but one of the younger siblings is a teen, and as soon as Eric is a teen, then that's the challenge is over, because essentially teens can't be taken away. And of course we couldn't lose any of our children during the challenge. And to be honest, our oldest teen, Ryan, is pretty close to becoming a young adult himself, but they will all still be teens, apart from, of course, Amelia. And Amelia wants to influence Brian, but Brian is actually so busy writing in his journal, because I was having him work on his emotional control. Though, actually, I think you know what happened is at the end of the last part, we aged up our Sylvia. And both she and Brian were hysterical, which is okay as a teen because they can't die from extreme emotions. But I had them go running. I had to go jog and jog and jog and jog to try and calm down, because normally it works, but it didn't work in this case. So I had him try and write some more. But that was why, even though he doesn't actually need to work on his emotional control, I had him working on his emotional control. But and speaking of Sylvia, I have given her a makeover from when we started from the fact that she aged up. She had sort of a little bit of a curl in her hair as a child, so I gave her this hair as a teen, and then I gave her, numerous outfits in the different categories, which I'll try and remember to put some screenshots to show you. It might be a little bit blurry. I'll try and zoom in, because I just took it from when you click on them and show the outfits all at once. So hopefully those will have gone by. But I think they're all going to go to bed. Oh, speaking of which, before they go to bed, I wanted to, let me put the walls in cutaway. I wanted to replace Brian's bed, and he's not actually upstairs. I just saw that he was, because he's not all the way upstairs, it's not actually following him upstairs. So what I want to do is I want to take this bed, and for now I'm just going to keep it. I'm going to put it in their inventory in case we need a bed again. And I want to get them a better bed for him, because all the others have a nice bed. What bed does Sylvia have? She does have the bed I thought she had, because if she didn't, I was going to give her that one. And she's napping. I should send her to bed, and I should see if I can find somewhere to put this family portrait in the house. I don't know if I could put it on this wall so that they can see it up here. I don't know that you'd see it, because there's not really any big walls downstairs for them to have it that I can think of because it's actually quite large. It's 3 grids, and I can make it smaller, but I have noticed even when you make it quite a bit smaller, it still kind of needs a bigger space, unless of course I could use the move objects cheat. I'll just put it there for now. And there we go. There's the family, which is supposed to change as they age up and whatnot. I don't know that it changes as you just change their appearance a little bit, but I'm not sure. I'll have to keep it better. I haven't used it that much. So I want to go into the comfort setting, and then the default is on the beds, but I want a double bed for him, of course, as always. And I don't think that really works in this room, this Cobra Cabana. But I think what does work is the one that we have downstairs. But maybe what I'll do is, that's 9. Maybe I'll give this Maleficent bedstead. It's pretty expensive, but whatever. Or maybe I'll give this Cobra Cabana to Amelia. Though that kind of, yeah, I don't know, that goes quite well in that room. I don't think I'm going to. I like the bed she has, and it's got, the energy is high enough on it. I was thinking about doing that, but I just don't know that. I don't know if this goes. I wonder if I need to have move objects on. I think I do. I must have had it on when I, oh no, if I use the alt, I can kind of get it. Actually, I think this bed goes quite well up here. I think I'm going to use this, see if I can get it in a bit closer to the wall. Let me look. Is that close enough? I can't tell from the angle I'm looking at, even though I so that should be fine. Hopefully I'll have edited my fidgeting. I don't want walls up. I want walls and cutaway. And I think that color seems to be okay because of the gray behind, but I could maybe change the color of some of the other furniture in here now that I have that. But I might just play with that later because I'm not going to change the furniture. I would just change the color of the furniture. So I'll see what I decide. So I did change it slightly, the bed, but nothing else. So we're going to let him claim this as his bed and go to sleep. So, and I'm going to go check in on Sylvia because she is napping and she probably should sleep until it's time to go to school. What are the rest of her needs like? Not very good. And how about Eric? Because of course they were like kind of slept a lot when they came home from school. And how are you, Amelia? You're actually pretty good. And I think our kitty cat, Leah, is okay. Everything's fine. Let me just check. I want to make sure that our Boobaloo, we probably should come up with a name for Boobaloo, but whatever. Boobaloo. Maybe I'll call him Bub. Does he have a name? No, it's just, I don't have a name for him right now. If you have a suggestion, let me know down below. But I think you need to don't watch the Kids Network. Go to bed. I don't know why they watch the Kids Network because they always get bored by it. So they're going to go to sleep for a little bit, and then of course the kids will go to school, and we'll be back when Amelia's up from her sleep. Well, it's morning now, and I forgot that Sylvia doesn't actually go to school, but I had woken her up and now she's about to go back to bed. But Amelia had a phone call from school about Eric. Weird science in lab. Eric's science experiment exploded and made a big mess along with frightening another student. We think he did it on purpose. And so there are 3 options, and since right now I'm primarily trying to work on conflict resolution because that's what I need to work on with the kids and is the hardest one I'm finding in this particular save because we don't have very many Sims who need help with their relationships. We have a few, but very few actually. So I'm going to have them apologize to the other student, which raises conflict resolution and lowers emotional control, but that one's not so hard to work on at the child and the teen age. So that's what I'm going to do. So again, conflict resolution increases and emotional control decreases because she has maxed her parenting skill because I, for one thing, put the parenting skill in the club. I'm pretty sure. Oops, he's got a class interview, so I'm going to say be real. And luckily that worked out. So if we go into the club perks here, yeah, we had the parenting, so she had that and she managed to boost it. And by teaching them the various, like the to be sorry and a little bit of manners, I don't remember if she did much of that helps. And I put the photo in here. I ended up using the move objects cheat because I noticed you really couldn't see the photo when it was up there, though like in real life you'd be able to see it because it would be there. And there's the cat over on Boobaloo's cage, so his hunger is okay. I do have her working on, and it was not excellent. I can see, oops, I didn't mean to drag that. That was the disadvantage of the portable bars. They're very easy. So it was poor. So we're going to put that in her inventory because I just thought I would have her work on this find and authenticate 5 excellent quality artifacts, which I find is random, though possibly more likely when they're higher skilled. We're going to see, because once they get to level 9 of the archaeology skill, which I may have mentioned in previous parts when they were in the Salvadorada, they get things sent to them. I don't mean this actually be in cutaway. I didn't mean it to be walls down. I meant it to be cutaway at least. So it looks like the gardener is done. Oh, she's up. I see Sylvia is up and she is watching a dance video, which I find they tend to do a lot if you have fitness stuff. So why don't you come over here and feed a treat to Mr. Boobaloo, because his hunger is just okay, and nothing more than okay. And then why don't you pay attention to Leah Cat? Why don't we, I don't know if you'll be able to pet her. Let's see if you can pet her, because she's up there. I find the cats hang out on these cages all the time. Oh, you know what happened? I think I mentioned this at the end of the last part. Mr. Boobaloo went away on vacation, and we got a Whiskerman's Wharf postcard. It's a rare one, so we're going to stick that there. So there we go. We got our postcard, and it's inspiring decor if we need it, but we don't have that. We are not going to use that right now. So you're going to like pat her and try giving her a treat if you can, or is she too engrossed in this thing for us to be able to do anything with her? I wanted her to give her a hug. I do sometimes find that the interactions you line up for the cats don't, or the pets in general, not just cats, doesn't matter whether they're a cat or a dog, don't line up that well. So she's going to do that, and while she's doing that with Miss Leah Cat, we are going to come out here and have her harvest everything to get her gardening skills starting. And for harvesting, I'm going to stick her back on curator because the plants count as collectibles. And so hopefully that worked. And of course, oh, Amelia, I changed her hair. I think I didn't mention that. Her hair is now, I just thought the braids, like she is a young adult, and I didn't change it immediately because she'd just become a teen, but she's been a young adult for a little bit of time now, so I thought she kind of was going to put the braids behind her a little bit. So I see there's mail there. I don't know, well, that's probably gifts. So she's determined that was genuine. Oh, and it was excellent because we have now 1 of 5 and we had 0. So that's a smoky quartz skull, and it's excellent, so we can put that over there for now. So we're going to authenticate something else and see how many we can get done. Let's check in on Sylvia as she's doing her harvesting. And since she's done that now, I'm going to put her back over to, I just wanted her to get the first tier of that curator since that counts and it's an easy way to get it. I'm going to put her back over on the freelance botanist, which is what I actually wanted her to work on, because I stuck some of the plants I got in Salvadorada in her inventory because I wanted her to plant them. So when she got some, those are blue, I was going to say that's wolfsbane, but it's not, it's blue bonnets. And we have an avocado tree. So we're going to, I don't know if this tree is, I think there's a tree there that I just can't see just because of the mode we're in. I'm pretty sure there's a tree there. Maybe I need to be further away. So we're going to put that one there. So she's going to come and plant. Was she about to go ask her something? Probably. Probably something to do with parenthood, and we don't need these emotion potions, so she's going to get rid of them. And she's level 9 of archaeology. Very good. So let's take a look. I have that. And I had one of these berries, and I wanted that. I wanted her to plant that too. And what I want to see, and she does have some wolfsbane, because that seemed to be sort of, in the end, a bit of our weak link in terms of the drinks when we were trying to make lots of money. So we're going to have her plant, well, I don't need to probably tell her to plant them because it does carry over for everything. It shows up as when she's planting. I wonder if he's not in his bear phase now. Let's take a look. Eric was in his bear phase, and we had Amelia wear, no, it seems to be over finally. Thank goodness. We had Amelia wear the bear suit with him and talk to him about it a few times, but I had noticed that she couldn't wear the bear suit anymore, so I was wondering whether the phase was disappearing, but he still was in it. I had looked in the last part. So when we want her to, oh no, wrong sim. Let's go back over to Sylvia. We're going to have her water that. Now I do wish the hair accessories, like they have the ribbons and stuff like that, that they were separate from the hair, to be quite honest, because then you could match the outfits a bit better and also do it for, but that's probably why it's not, because they wouldn't necessarily work. But I should probably maybe put a hat on her for a couple of her outfits just to change her hair up a little bit, because I don't think I gave her any alternative hairstyles. And what does she want here? She wants to buy a pool. I was thinking about doing a pool at some point, and I mean, there's really no point, but I kind of wanted to like do the extension of the house in the basement, But it's probably not a lot of point to doing that because, you know, it's not very long till Eric's going to age up and the challenge is going to be over. Oh, we got another excellent one, so we'll put that there. And she's going to come over here and authenticate one more artifact. So that should have shown us being 2. It does. So unfortunately, well, fortunately we have a gardener, but unfortunately because we have a gardener, she hasn't watered the plants all the time she needs to water it because it only counted the one time. So let's actually put her over. Why don't we get her do some fishing? I mean, she could, you know, why don't we have her work on her actual aspiration? Why don't I do that? I'm going to put her over onto her aspiration she aged up with, which was the musical genius. And she is going to cloud gaze. And then she's going to play. I wonder if we need to buy her a violin, because I wonder if the violin is in. Because we have a kid's violin, and I bet you the actual violin we need is in Brian's inventory. So I'm going to go into the build mode and buy her a violin. So she's had a nice quiet day at home because she, I guess she needs to do her homework. That's really what I should be having her do. So, but while I'm here, I'm going to get her violin anyway. So we could take them fishing and maybe fish up a violin, but I can always just sell them because it's not like they're cheaper. And you can sell them for the same price as what you buy them for. And they have lots of money, so I don't really need to worry about that. But what I wanted to do, actually, in and out of buy mode, I want to go under kids here. And I want to get her kids activity. I want to get her the rocket, the one that helps them with the rocket science skill. Because that's a good skill in Salvatorata if they were ever to go back. I'm going to just put that over here a little bit. And while we're here, I'm actually going to just sell that because we don't really need it. And it's just cluttering up the... I should have probably sold the other one, but I can do that like this. And speaking of money... Oh, Eric. Yeah, you can invite over Azure and wonder if the pancakes will come with her, as they often do. Oh, he is mortified. So you better go do some... This is one where the jogging helps. Go jog to clear your mind. You don't really need the party animal aspiration anymore because we're done with it. And let's see where you actually are on your athletic. Yeah, that's fine. We'll just leave you there for now. And you're still doing that. And Eric, you actually, let's take a look. You need some... Now, your conflict resolution is actually already maxed. So he actually, I mean, he can work on his things a little bit, but he's nothing like that's really that major that he needs to do. So you, my dear, are going to go. Why are you blue? Oh, I know what I should have done. Forget that. She wants to share calm a Sim's emotions. So let's see whether. I do want him to do that jogging to clear mind. But what I want to do is see whether we can actually do it finally. Yeah, I was trying that. There's that little weird thing in the welcome wagon. Whether it works with this, because it's supposed to be negative emotion. And I would think being embarrassed is considered to be a negative emotion, unless it's only like uncomfortable. There we go. Calm emotions. I want to see how that works. So right now he has 8 hours, which I find if they go for a jog, that it usually is enough to get rid of it. But don't jog. Don't pull a. I tried in my. I'm gonna reset them because I really want to see this in action. So we're gonna try this again because he is still embarrassed, and I don't know if I started to say there's a welcome wagon's little glitch that when people come home from school or work that you have that option, but they don't actually do it. Okay, come over here. And you're going to do your homework. And then you can start working carefully on that. So you coming? Because I'd like to see this in action. But I think we're probably going to end on. So it was 8 hours. Oh, did that work at all? Oh, what is... That was interesting. I have never actually used that interaction because I don't actually play with my Sims as much once they age up. I have a little bit, or they are not usually. So that did 6 hours. Chat with Amelia. Give family advice. Let's see. So that helped a little. So can she do it again? Did that Did that trigger? It did. So she wants to excavate in the jungle. Well, we gotta go back to the jungle for you to do that. I love the jungle too. Okay, a missing toy. I think we're going to go for... His conflict resolution is actually fine. So I'm going to say it's okay to be sad because he can work on his responsibility quite easily. So, and it did fall out of the range. Okay. So like this is just like the colors. Why is it that color? It's a weird color because embarrassed I would think would be yellow and not that blue. So is it any better? 6 hours. Okay. Well, it went from 8 to 6. So you're going to now just go do it on your own. Go jog to clear your mind. We got her whim, which is what I wanted. And so you're still really, I think you should go make some dinner. That's what you should do. Why don't you greet Azure? Thanks for coming over. Sophia moved on me, so I'm going to have to pause. Brighten her day. And we're not really very good friends with her, and get to know her. And I'm going to have her start to make some dinner, but we're going to leave it there. So Sylvia had a nice quiet day at home because she didn't have to go to school yet, but now she's going to do her homework, and she worked a little bit on some gardening, and she's going to work on trying to get her things up so that she can get to an A maybe when she comes home from school tomorrow. That would be ideal, and I find sometimes if you do their homework and all those things, that helps that. But we will leave it there. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye! This has been Jennifer. If you have any comments or suggestions, please leave them below. I'd love to see them. If you liked the video, please leave a like. And if you'd like to see more videos of challenge, let's plays, tutorials, and occasional speed builds, please subscribe if you haven't already done so. Thanks very much!